supposed to smile.
I'm bad at smiling.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Lynn and this is the Sunshine and Bubblegum podcast and this is my friend Jenna.
Hi.
And I don't know if she'll be back next time or not.
We'll see what happens.
But I apologize for a bit longer of a hiatus than I meant to take. There's been some medical things going on in my family, and we had the boys home for the summer. And now things are better, kids are back in school, and we have more time for knitting and crocheting and crafting. Yes?
That's why she's so happy.
Oh my god. You're going to be fired in like 3 seconds.
Oh, she's going to bury me in the backyard.
So Jenna was nice enough to humor me and say, do you want to come podcast with me? And she said, sure!
Why not?
I taught Jenna how to crochet last year, and she has taken off with it and has been making some crazy awesome blankets, and she's brought a couple to share with us. Anyone who is new, welcome. This is episode 21. It is, I think, the 20th of October? September.
I think it's the 21st.
It's the 21st of September.
21st. I feel like
It's the 21st of September.
21st episode, and what is it?
21st on the 21st.
21st.
It's a golden episode. There we go.
Shouldn't you be like drinking something?
Oh, wait.
So it's decaf that doesn't count.
She's going to keep me honest. For those of you returning, well, anyway, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back, and thank you so much. I appreciate that everyone is taking a little bit of time out of their day to come and spend it with me or us. No longer the royal we. You get to actually use we in the context of we. Mm-hmm. Anyone looking for me on social media, I am Sunshine Bubblegum on Instagram and Ravelry, and Sunshine and Bubblegum on Etsy and Facebook. I have so much to share with you, plus all the awesome things that Jenna brought. And it's going to be a super chatty, super random, super awesome episode. So to jump right into it, I have 2 giveaways that I need to announce because my last episode was my Podiversary. And I drew a winner from the YouTube thread, and that was for Simply Mar Crafting. And if you could contact me on Instagram, Ravelry, or you can even message me on Facebook so I can get your address and send that out to you. And again, the prize for that was one of my sock size bags and this beautiful sock blank by Kaleidoscope Dye Works. And that is waiting to hop in the mail. So that was our first winner. And then I have another prize that I drew for but has not been claimed yet, and I wanted to give another shout out. And this was for the Monkey Hill Mitts by Mary from the Cherry Pearls podcast. She is Snip and Fool on Instagram, and she designed a fingerless mitt based on the giant hill in the Audubon Park here in New Orleans. And the winner is Heidi won, and that is Claire on Ravelry. So Claire, if you can get in touch with me on Ravelry, might be the easiest, and I will get that pattern over to you. So that is the first of it. Okay, so I have tons and tons and tons of things to talk about. Let's get into some knitting. It's a knitting podcast and a crocheting podcast and a sewing podcast, so kind of a make-along podcast. But we'll get into the knitting and the crochet first. I have tons of things to show you that have been gifted to me by friends, swapped and traded, and birthday gifts, and also some new knit-alongs coming up, some new podcasters that are out there, and some collaboration. And at the very end, I have some fall bags that will be going and are actually already up in the Etsy shop. Excuse me. Just throwing knitting needles, don't mind me.
It's fine. It's a knitting podcast. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right? So I think we'll start with my longest outstanding WIP at the moment. Maybe not the longest, but the closest to being finished, longest outstanding. My socks! Okay, I now have 2 almost finished. Those don't look the same size.
It's okay. I mean, is one of your feet bigger than the other?
No.
No? Okay,
Oh,
well,
no.
maybe it's a problem.
Oh,
Did
no.
you
How did I not know?
Oh my god. But other than that, aren't these colors great? Look how amazing. It's fine. What? You're a mom.
It's fine. They're a gift.
Oh god, never mind. Well, does the
I was going to tell you the bad part about them is that I did a 2x1 rib
no.
on this and a 1x1, and I was like, but nobody will ever notice.
Guess
but
what,
someone's
folks?
going to notice.
There's more. There's more. You should have saved that for the other part.
Anyway, these used to only need heels, and I was going to do the cut-in Kirby-Werby heels. This is just my vanilla sock, which is 60 stitches. And the yarn is Fleur by Littlebean Crochet. Oh, man. And now I have to rip out that cuff that wasn't the right size and add 3 more stripes.
This is how you know that.
Wait, why do they look like they fit there? No, they don't.
Nope.
No, they don't. That pink matches up with the wrong pink. Anyway, these are a little further away from being done.
So maybe it will end up being the longest whip.
This will be the longest whip of
There
the
you
year.
go.
Of the year. Oh my goodness. I was so proud of myself. I was so excited that all I had to do was the heels. Next time, you will get to see.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. My next knitty project that I've been working on is a new cast on, and it is the Azel Pullover by the Velvet Acorn, who is Heidi May. And this is going to be a gift for a friend of mine from high school. It's for her daughter, and I posted on Instagram that I was doing some swatching. I originally had picked out this yarn with my friend. It is a 100% cotton, and it is a bulky weight from Knit Picks. It is the Blossom colorway, and it is the Billow. And it is super nice. It's really soft. I started thinking about the cotton though, and that originally I picked the cotton because they live in Florida, and I wanted something lightweight because it's for a little girl. And then I had talked to a few people and remembered that cotton tends to stretch funny, and with a sweater this might not be the best. But I decided to knit it up and see how it would work out, and it's actually very loose and airy, and I think once blocked that it's not going to work for what we wanted. So I chose another yarn, and all of these have been approved by my friend, so don't think I'm just winging it here. It's actually Lion Brand Woolies, and it is thick and quick, and it is the colorway Blossom again, so that works out great. And I have started the front, you hold that side real quick, front part of the sweater, and this is much chunkier and squishier and right gauge and everything that it's supposed to be. So
I like this color better.
yeah, I
really
do.
pretty.
It's a little more girly too. We're gonna do like a light brown, almost like a hot chocolate color buttons.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
And these are on a size 13, US size 13, 9.9 millimeter circular needle, 32 inch, for those of you interested. The pattern so far is very easy, and I have been whipping through that. That's about one night's worth of work so far, so that has been really fun. And the last thing that I have that's knitting, because the rest is crochet, and then we'll get into crochet sharing, is a sweater that I started for another high school friend whose brother had a baby. It is the flax. I'm sorry, the Azel Pullover is a paid-for pattern, which I got off Ravelry. The flax that I'm working on is a free pattern from Tin Can Knits, which is also on Ravelry. And I'm doing a baby size, and it is in my donut bag, which is from Molly Klein Designs. Here. And it came with a super cute little charm. And this is actually gifted to me from my friend Sarah. We did a swap over the summer. And I have a few more goodies. Oh, it's got polka dots on the inside. The outside is actually like a flannel, and it is super soft.
It's very soft, you can tell.
Because you always want cloud-like donuts when you're stuffing your face.
Why didn't I bring donuts?
Right? You did bring coffee, so
I
you
brought
get
coffee.
prizes for
donuts.
that. Okay, so here's my little tin can knit sweater. And I did kind of a fade with it. The top is they're both a tweed. The top is a creamy color. Encore tweed by Plymouth. And it's just got numbers for colors. So it's 1363. It is a 75 acrylic, 22% wool, and 3% rayon, which I'm assuming is the tweed. And then the other color is this minty green.
I love that green.
I love it too. And that's 2334 for your very descriptive colorways.
Yeah.
This was going to fall into another category, which was chaos on a string.
Oh no.
Because I'm in a love-hate relationship with this little sweater. I love it. It's adorable. I wish I used a stretchier cast on, but I still think it's wide enough to get over
A baby head.
a baby head.
Unless they're my kids. My kids have big heads.
I thought I was smarter than the pattern and didn't change down back to a size 6. The pattern is knit in an 8, and you do the cuffs and cast on ribbing with a 6, and I didn't do it on the cuff, and now I have a flared giant cuff on the end of the sleeve. So I think I might have to suck it up and rip back and fix that because it's bothering me. Bothering me enough that I wanted to rip out the whole sweater and knit something else.
I hate it when that happens.
I have one mistake that I made, which I don't know if you can tell in the ribbing here. This is garter stitch. This is reverse stockinette. So on the inside, I have an extra knit row. But the good thing is you really can't tell, and I did it on both sides, so I think I'll leave that one.
I think you'll be fine.
Overall, it's super cute, and it has one more sleeve. Needs one more sleeve, and it'll be done.
I think my usual gauge is I show it to my husband and go, "Do you notice anything weird about this?" No. Okay, good. I'm just gonna keep going.
Does this look odd to you?
That happened.
All right.
I just love it when I'm 4 rows after the mistake.
It's the worst. At least with crochet, though.
That's true, because knitting, it's like you don't notice until
Right.
you're really into it.
When you're crocheting and you rip back, you have you don't have live stitches. Or knitting, when you rip back, you have live loops, and if you drop one, which some of you might know but you might not know, if you drop one of these, the whole unravels this way down. Yeah, gives you hives, doesn't it? Just thinking about it.
Good Lord.
Aren't you ready to learn how to knit?
I want to.
Okay.
Just anything so my husband can tell me I'm getting old more often.
Oh, great. Thanks, hubby. Oh, man, he's fired.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, my goodness. Well, do you want to share? We're going to jump into our crochet happy hooker segment.
Oh.
Do you want to share something?
Well,
What do you have finished?
Well, I have this, which was, is a blanket that I did for my godchild that I'm sending her for her birthday, which means I have to get this in the mail soon. Which I'm not sure. But,
How old is she?
she's actually, it's her first birthday.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm sending it her for her first birthday. And I'm always paranoid about size, but this actually came out pretty well. But I did just a blanket stitch with the Hobby Lobby I Love Yarn.
I love this.
I love this yarn. Sugar Plum Stripe. And then I used ivory and just a shell stitch for the edging.
Super pretty.
I almost did something. I was like, maybe I should do something more complicated. And then I was like,
No, but
you
it
know
looks
what?
so...
I don't want to.
It looks like a watercolor. Doesn't it look like a Monet? Look at that. It's beautiful. Looks like the Matrix there.
Uh-oh. What have I
But no, it
gotten
looks like
myself
it
into?
looks like a garden. Like it looks like.
But
really
they
beautiful.
just moved up further north, so I was like,
Perfect.
you know what? I should probably use blanket because I think they actually moved to a state where it snows.
And it makes like a really pretty bobble too.
Mm-hmm.
The stitch itself, it's like it's in
Yeah.
between a bobble and a shell almost.
I used the golden hook. Which one's the golden? What gauge is that?
that an I? J.
J. I think it's a J. I have a tendency to use J hooks though because my stitches come out really tight if I use anything smaller, because we were talking about that, how stitches vary from person to person. So I have to either use the golden one. The smallest I can really go if I'm using regular yarn is the blue one.
The H.
Well, actually, even the blue one's a bit tight. I have to do the pink one.
Pink one.
So it's like those. So I mostly stick with those because otherwise, like I can't maneuver the stitches. I don't know why my stitches are like that. I'm not sure.
And those are the I have a couple in here. I think it's the Boyd crochet hook line that we're talking about. I
have mine too. Yeah, this one.
No, it's the Susan Bates. The Susan Bates line. Are
like
color coded as well as they have their stamp on them. So
those were
I is pink, which is a size 9mm. Then there's the H, which is blue, and the J is gold.
Yeah, I think like I was doing just let it break down. I got like a pencil case for these things.
No, it's perfect. Look at it. No, show that. That is perfect.
So I got this at Hobby Lobby. I don't know, it wasn't that expensive, but what's neat is, if I can figure out opening it, is that it opens like this, but then you can also fold it back.
What?
So you can sit it on your table, or you can sit it flat, or pack it away in a drawer or something.
That is awesome. Oh, and it's patented, in case anybody was wondering. It says it right on the back.
Just in case.
So it's got a double hinge on, so you can open it like a pencil case on the bottom.
Yeah, but you can snap it. So
you got your hooks and everything.
So they have a frame, the needles and stuff, but always works.
Balls.
But I haven't had any issue with the Susan Bates stuff, so I haven't had to go to like a different.
No, and you know what? I like the Susan Bates hook better than the Boyd.
I have no idea because I've only ever used that one.
Because I don't know how close we can get. It's got a bit of a sharp point at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other rounded ones, I find the yarn slips too much for me, and it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, what I like about the way that this point comes to a point here is because I've had it where I haven't been able to get into the stitch, and I've actually been able to use it more like a needle, so I can just kind of push the yarn through if it starts getting too tight. Or
and this part here too, the point, but this part here is sharper. It's like a straight. Yeah. It's a sharp. It's not as rounded. And
I've used a few like different ones, but I like them because the yarn slips on it easier.
I like these better. I find certain, like with knitting, and it's the same with crochet, because you can get bamboo hooks, and I do have a couple. The type of yarn. If you have a slippy yarn, you're going to want a bamboo, whereas an acrylic or a wool is good on a metal needle or a I don't have many plastic ones I use anymore, but better on a metal because it's a little slippier, and because the yarn itself has grip, so you don't need two things with grip.
I've just found myself getting like stuck. I think once, oh my gosh, when I had to do like a big one, I got one of the larger ones, and they don't sell them in metal. They only come in like plastic.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, I can't.
They're hard to work with.
Plastic is, even with the chunkier yarn, I can't. It drives me nuts.
Well, while I have my hook out, let me show you what this is going to. This is also a blanket, and this is a new cast on since the last time I podcast, because my little sister, who's due in December, is having a boy. So I had to cast on a whole nother blanket. And I think the best thing about crocheting blankets is I can try a different pattern every time, and having a huge family allows me a lot of different patterns to try.
Yeah.
This ball is completely squirreled up, but this is Karen Jumbo Baby, and it is in the Little Boy Blue, which is a yarn barf of blue, dark gray, light grayish silver, and a white. And what I chose to do on this one, and I have a couple different hook sizes in here, which I'll show you for a second. I have chosen to do a planned pooling.
This is crazy.
Which I had to...
in a good way, not a bad way. When I'm saying it's crazy. She showed me this and I just went, what?
Right? Okay, so Lacey over at the Knitted Cupcake busted out her planned pooling blanket, and I nearly hit the floor and was like, well, I know what I'm doing for Lily's baby. And so once we knew it was a boy... and knew the colors, and look how graphic it looks there.
She showed me this and I go, how did you do that?
Right? And up close, when you're looking at it up close, it kind of looks like one of those geometric puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes have to focus, but back like this on the camera, oh my goodness, you can see the...
Isn't that awesome?
Oh my god, that looks awesome.
She's
bragging now. I want to hold on to it.
She's just bragging now.
But yeah, but it's only like a foot long, so we have a little bit more to go. This is, I'm still working off the first ball. Most of it is done in an eye hook, which is the size 9. Oh, it's a 5.5 millimeter. But when you're working plan pooling, and I went on to Lion Brand on YouTube, has a whole bunch of videos on how to work plan pooling, tips and tricks. It's a lot of trial and error in the beginning because you have to figure out how many stitches for each color are in the yarn you choose. And there's a lot of yarns. You really want a commercial yarn for something like this because it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Exact. They're made on machines. The colors are dyed on machines, so it's very precise.
Mm-hmm.
A hand-dyed indie dyer probably can't get as precise between stitches, color breaks. You can try it though. Don't let it discourage you. And I've seen another one that uses longer stripes of yarn for a granny square style, where you do like a 3 double crochet cluster for longer stripes, where these the stripes on this are fairly like 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And you want at least 6 inches for your color changes. So that's a dark gray, and then the blue is longer. So for my light and dark gray, I get 3 stitches single crochet, and for the gray, both the dark and gray, and then the white and the blue, I get 4. So the goal when you're making a plan pooling is to continuously, thank you, keep that count. You have to keep that count, and you don't want to blur and get half colors in those stitches, because that's when your pattern doesn't come out sharp like this. So sometimes I'm going up a hook. There has been 2 or 3 instances in this pattern where the white, no matter what I tried, I got 5 whites. Like it just had a longer blip.
Oh, goodness.
But you have to eat that yarn. So you use a bigger hook, and I used a half double crochet or chained an extra in between. So it's really just paying attention, but it's super easy. It's just single crochet. And to get the effect, you skip the pattern by 1 stitch, and then it shifts it, and it starts making this alternating pattern. So
yeah, I'm assuming you wouldn't edge this. Do you think you would? I don't know if you would have to.
I think I might just do a white, something simple.
Yeah. Just the pattern's so...
Yeah, you don't want to take away from the pattern.
Because you don't want to distract from it. I feel like...
But I feel like it almost needs like tassels.
Yeah, that's
but I think with the
those...
baby, I don't know. I'll see what my sister wants. But so anyway, but that one is coming out awesome.
Yeah, she showed me this and I went, "Oh my gosh, what did you do?
What did you?
This is amazing.
Yeah,
how did you do this?" I feel like every time I'm like, I could almost. I think I'm doing well, and Lynn shows me something and I'm like, "Well, nope. I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
I'm never doing it again."
That's not true. Then you're like, I need to go out and get some...
I've got to find
I need to go get a variegated yarn and start
I need a variegated yarn. I got to do something
and a new person
else.
to knit for.
Oh my goodness.
A girlfriend of mine who's getting married wants me to make her one of those. She saw that and she's like, "Can you do that in a purple and gray?" And I'm like, I'm limited to the yarn I can find. So now I'm on the hunt for a purple and gray. But that's a Karen baby color. I know they do a similar one in a pink. Might do one in a purple.
Are you sure you didn't see any purple? Like, have you been? Because I got like a ton.
Then
again, I think that's more. I see more purple and like green.
Yeah.
Not really purple and gray. I'm trying to think if I've even run into anything that's.
Well, that's the thing too. I haven't been looking because I had been looking so hard for a blue and gray because that's my sister's colors. That when I found this, I stopped looking. So.
Okay.
And I have 2 blankets going right now, so I'm not starting anything else yet.
Oh goodness. I'll do it.
What else did you bring?
I brought this, which I started this a while ago. For a while there, I went on this is worked in the round. This is like a 12-point star.
Nice.
And I actually started this for they made them for 2 of my sons. I call it their galaxy blankets because they're, if you look
It's got
like
it's
a got
silliness
metallic
sparkle.
in it. It's the metallic line in Hobby Lobby, like the royalty and then the black and then the white.
And the white has a silver. It's got a silver stellina.
Of course, what happened was my son saw me working on another blanket that I was using this pattern for, which was for my sister-in-law for her graduation, and they asked me to make one. Of course, being the ages they are, which was, I think, my oldest was 4 at the time, and then my middle child was 2 or something. They got impatient, so I wasn't able to finish this. So it's been about almost about a year and a half.
Yeah, Mom, that's good.
Yeah, he's like, no, I can fit under this. It's fine. And now they're like, Mom, why is it so small? Because you wouldn't let me finish it because you were impatient. So now I'm like, I probably should finish it. Look at this. Look, they wouldn't even let me sew the ends in. Look at this. They wouldn't let me do it. They were like, no.
Boys.
Yeah, it was, and now they're like, why didn't you finish this? Because you took it from me. And they still sleep with them on their bed. So it's like I can't.
It's like a little lovey now.
I can't even necessarily work with it at night because they want it in their beds. They know it's theirs. And now
you have to like sneak it away and just
I'd have
do a
to
row
sneak
at a
it
time.
away. Like do this, you know what? But my oldest, despite the fact that he wants his bigger, is now using it. It's what his stuffed animals sleep under. But he still wants me to make it bigger.
We started doing that around with our baby blankets now too. Mm-hmm. All the dogs get fed. We have all the dog stuffies, all the Paw Patrol, and my mom got them a beagle and a black cat stuffy last time we were up visiting, so those get fed and tucked in and go everywhere with us.
See, what was it? I think my middle child has otters. He sleeps with the little stuffed otters, and then my oldest has
good thing we have otters at the aquarium,
right?
We have easy access for stuffed otters.
Right, and it's just like, this is, where do you get these things? You want to, I don't even know. And then, like, Seth, of course, my oldest has, like, he has a fox, and he has a dinosaur, a small dinosaur. Makes sense. Then he has, a chibi o Amaterasu from a video game.
I know what chibis are.
You know,
they're little miniature people.
Chibis are.
I know
they're smaller. Like, so what happened was there was like
gaming family, non-gaming family.
Yeah. So there's a thing.
But we're both dorks in our own.
But they don't make that anyway. No, oh my gosh, yeah. So he's got that, which is great. Let me tell you, when your son leaves that stuffed animal in a hotel room, and you have to call and say, "Did you find a white?" A wolf-like thing with wings, and it's got fire on the side. They're like, yes. I'm like, oh, I feel so awkward describing this.
That's so funny. When we got Riley last spring, with our dog Riley, and she has to go in for all of her puppy visits. We went in for the second one, and I bring the boys in, and the lady behind the desk says, "Oh, I have a book that you guys might like. Somebody left it here." And it was a Star Wars book, but it has like, I don't know, remember that shimmer? Like you move the pages and it looks like they're moving? That one of our family members had given. I'm like, wow, we have one of those at home. That is ours, because we left it here last week when we came, or 2 weeks ago when we came with the dog and 2 kids, and everybody was going crazy, and I was about to lose my mind. Get out of here without touching everything. Thank you for our book back, Vet's office.
Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. Well, to round off the blanket.
Oh, I like.
Did you bring one more?
No, that was it. Because all I had was that, and then the yarn. But oh my god, this. Okay. Oh, I'm in love with this.
So this is the Lark's Foot Stitch. And this is the
colors.
Blanket that I have started for my stepsister Beth and her little baby Bennett, who has already arrived.
Oh my gosh, those colors.
Is going on 3 months. But the good thing is we were in the summer, so
there you go. And he'll grow into it.
Yes. So this is getting pretty good. You say about maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm gonna make it square and see how big it is. But this is the Lark's Foot pattern. It's a 2-row repeat. I think you can see it a little bit better.
You know, the thing is, I've seen like the Lark's Foot pattern, and this is probably, I don't know if it's the colors, but I've seen it, and I haven't been, like, it hasn't been something that I've been 100% interested in doing. But this color scheme is just fantastic. I stole this off of Pinterest, the colors. But this kind of goes with his room theme with the gray and navy and the turquoise with a pop of that kind of like a pumpkin orange. Yeah, I'd say pumpkin.
Which is also very fall, which I kind of want these colors this is like my master bedroom right here.
So beautiful. I love this.
And I can run through the colors super quick because it's been a while. The light gray is Gray Mist. The navy is navy. The pumpkin is, let's go for it. Oh, Desert Glaze. I was going to say, is it pumpkin?
Well.
Desert Glaze. The dark teal is Peacock, and the light
I can see
one
that.
is Turquoise. And I've been using my H hook, which I have, it's just a pencil grip on it. This is one of the hooks I use a lot. I do have an eye hook that I also have a grip on it, and it just a little easier on the hand when you're working on big projects.
I'll have
like
to look
this.
at that because
And you just, you know what, a little dish soap, slide it on. And I wrote an H on the bottom, which looks like a blur because it was with a giant Sharpie, and I'm a goober.
it's a very small. People always think pumpkin is like a duller color, but I mean, like, and that's
It's
why
really
they call
pretty.
it desert glaze. But I don't know. I feel like that's more pumpkin-y than most.
Well,
of
I
the
think it's
pumpkin
like-
things that I see.
If you call it pumpkin, people are only going to want to pick it up in the fall. But if you call it desert glaze, could be any year.
You got it.
Now, the only thing that I don't like about this pattern are these are all the ends I have to weave in. It is a 2-row repeat, and I mentioned this last time, but I will share it again. What I've been doing on the first row when I join is once I join the new yarn, I actually hold the strand double and work the first few stitches double, and you can't really tell at all unless you're actually looking for how they made that stitch. And that way the first end is already woven in, so I really just need to go in and clean that up and trim ends. So then the ending one, I only actually have to weave in one end all the way down to save myself some weaving in, but that's already, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have 30 ends right here, and this is a little more than halfway done.
It's always one of those things where I did that because what was it? One of the first blanket I ever did, like I was doing every 2 rows.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh.
This is for the birds.
There's so much. There is so much I have to change.
This is
Oh
for
my
the
lord. I
birds.
have to.
But yeah, you have to kind of think, what can you weave in as you go, and what, oh my god, it's another very
It's
graphic
so
print though.
pretty.
Like,
God, actually, these colors would look great on like a sweater.
yes. I know, I have a plan in
Or
my
like
head for a fade sweater, which you don't know anything about the fades right now. But
Oh, no.
there's a fade
Breast
fad going on for faded sweaters, faded shawls, faded socks, faded whatever.
Oh my goodness.
But I would love to do like a pumpkin to a navy and have the speckle, like they fade it with speckles. So you're not doing solid, like you can do solid like ombres, but it's more of a speckle fade. So you get like a pumpkin, and you get your navy, and then you find like 2 yarns in between that have the speckles of each, one having more pumpkin, one having more, and then
Oh my goodness.
you have so much to learn. The gateway. Welcome
I have so
to the
much-
rabbit hole.
I know, and I do that, and I'm still like, Brad's like, thing full of yarn, and Brad's like, you have all this. It's like, I have so many projects in my head. Let me finish them. I've got a few of those to work on.
So I'm kind of very big on the crochet train lately, especially with the blankets.
I feel like I probably need more solid in my thing. I've got a lot of variegated yarn because I fell in love with quite a few of they had like they called it something else, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I don't know if I've ever branched out. Okay, no. I got one set of yarn, I think, once that wasn't Hobby Lobby brand because I am afraid of change. But
but you find.
But there was like, but I called them. They had like the purple, green, and blue, and it's very ocean. I think maybe it's ocean spray. But I used them. But I got them because they look so mermaid like, and I was like, this would look awesome in so many things.
But with a yarn like that and the blanket stitch, it would look like mermaid scales.
Oh, that's very true.
See? So sometimes there's a time and a place for variegateds and solids and playing with each.
I think my problem is that sometimes with the solids, I'm not really. You've done that because when I was learning how to crochet, I used to send her messages. Do these colors look right together?
Does this look right?
I don't know if this is gonna look right in the stitch. She's like, it looks fine, but you're gonna have to actually put them together before you figure out if you like them or not. Just do a sample.
Yeah, and that's the super easy thing about crochet too, is you can do up a swatch, and then it's
Figure
quick,
it out.
it's simple.
Yeah.
And there's very few things. I haven't done a lot of crochet garments that weren't hats. So I don't actually swatch for gauge. I swatch for how am I going to like how that yarn works up.
Yeah. I did.
Or that stitch.
Yeah, I did do a cowl once with like with the bulky yarn. That was what I had to use that plastic hook for.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, to reuse this cotton yarn.
Oh, that would
I think would make a really cool loose cowl.
Because I used the cowl neck. Of course I used a variegated yarn because it's variegated. But it just kind of went around, and it worked. I don't know. It worked great. Of course, you have the people that get really confused because they don't know what a cowl. Like they're like, I don't understand.
Yeah, well,
like it's not a scarf.
And scarves and cowls are worn for 2 to 3 weeks down here, if at all. So
and see I think the person like I made it for, she's one of those like girls that looks good in everything. If she watches this, I'm gonna be so.
Got some cute sisters.
I can't wear.
Got some cute sisters. Oh, sneak peek.
None of them are single, are they?
No.
No. No, none of them
are
single.
What are you asking for?
I don't know.
You're married.
I don't know. I don't even know why that would work for this. I don't know how. What's your ratio of female to male viewers on this one?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm not gonna ask. We're not gonna go down that way. We have a lot of really nice people in here. Okay? We're not going to start taking polls.
I'm going to be the one that just tanks your channel. And everyone's going to be like, oh, God, we're not going back there again.
Right? I think we've gone past that point.
Oh,
if they're still here, if you're still
here.
I'm
so sorry.
Heard it.
I latched
from the
onto
rabbit
her.
hole.
I didn't let go. This is not her fault. I just showed up today at her door.
Oh, my goodness.
It was unlocked. She's going to lock her door.
She brought pumpkin spice iced latte.
Bribery. It's
decaf.
The true way to friendship.
Bribery.
At least for me.
So what I was going to tell you all was that I found a new hobby for us to go down another rabbit hole.
Oh, no.
Because when you enjoy yarn
and
and have more yarn that you could possibly knit or crochet, you need to start spinning your own. That's the next step. Actually, Kira got me this. This is roving from Malabrigo, and it's across the room, so I can't tell you what the colorway is. But she got me this like last Christmas, and this summer I got a spindle. And I made Robin, I went out to coffee with Robin last week, and she showed me how to use it. It is a Turkish spindle. It is by Turtle Made on Etsy. I don't know if you can see underneath. It says it underneath. And it's one of those 3D printed ones. It spins really great. It's very balanced. I have no other spindles to compare it to. So that's... But I am enjoying it. It's easy. It's been really easy to work with. Robin lent me a spindle book, and also I've been just YouTubing it. But what she taught me about how to get started and how to wrap it has been working really great so far. So I have a tiny yarn barf turtle. That's just the starter string. Pay no attention to the... look at my yarn barf! This is my very first hand spun.
Look how cute it is.
Oh my goodness, it's all tangled on itself and everything.
So it's like legitimate yarn.
It's legitimate.
It's legitimate.
I think it's, it goes in between a fingering and a worsted. So there's a bit of, depth there. I think what I'm going to do with this is, because it's a turtle that the cool thing about the Turkish spindles, which I won't do now because I just started another one, but you push the shaft down, and these two arms, one of them slides out of the other one. Mm-hmm. So you have a center pull ball, which is the piece that you start with. So you can take, supposedly, just assuming other people have done this, you take the center pull and the outer piece that you finished with, and you can ply it together and make like a 2-ply yarn. This right now is just a single. And you can see my worsted to fingering and one swift. One swift pull.
Talent. She has it.
So I think I might try this for practicing plying, and then this will just be one of those mini skeins that sits around as my very first.
Put it in like a shadow box.
Yes.
Frame it.
And then I'm going to give it to you for your birthday.
Oh.
Do you want it like this or do you want it plied? But I have a whole...
Only if you autograph it.
Hank.
Figure that one out.
Oh yes. A whole hank of roving to get through. So, I've been loving this.
It's very pretty. I'm like,
play with it.
She showed it to me, and I go, "This would be great as like if you could make it a wig or like a multicolor." This is because it's Halloween. So my not to mention this is the color that if I was younger and hipper, and I would dye my hair this color,
right?
And I could maintain it, which I can't because I can't even maintain my unnatural color. I would
go the dark, that teal.
There you go. See?
We could do like...
Look at that. Look how fabulous she looks. Look at this.
It goes with my new cut, too.
I know,
I'm going to
it's
bring
perfect.
this to Susan and be like,
there you go. Just
work this into the next style.
I don't like how good you look like that.
The boys, yeah.
Look at that's not.
Oh, no, that doesn't work. Mm-mm. See, no.
See, I can't do this.
I think, yeah.
Sorry. Not if I was, younger, hipper, just if I was Lynn.
I am pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. All right. And on that cool note, this is the new rabbit hole. And I will get you in there.
You're turning into a regular spinster.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're going to have to come up with a new handle. Spinsters and Bubblegum.
Spinsters and Bubblegum. Well,
sorry.
Let me give a little podcast love and some shout outs and talk about a couple of make-alongs that are coming up, and then we can I have a box of goodness here, which has been gifts and a couple things I've purchased and some birthday things that we can just kind of drool over and share.
Some of that stuff I'm just going to leave with. It's going in my purse and I'm leaving.
If I see guinea pigs in your purse. First off, check out my new logo. What? That was really high-pitched.
It's okay. It's okay.
This was made for me by this super sweet Tiffany. She is Tiff Larry on Instagram. She is about to open up her own Etsy shop, which will be Southern Sparrow. Ooh, yeah, she has a cool logo herself too. It's a sparrow.
Really? Yeah. I never would have guessed.
And she is also a Louisiana native. She's way up north though, past Bunkie, like past the farm.
Oh my goodness.
She's on the cuff of
Louisiana's a long state.
Yes. But she is someone who we're hopefully,
not as long
if
as
she comes into town, we are having a big old knit night. But she did an amazing job. Oh my goodness!
But look, you're gonna show that. Look.
Oh yeah. And where you can find me. She did the back.
Look, put a little sunshine in your day.
That was her tagline.
You should start opening your podcast with you singing "You Are My Sunshine."
No.
Oh, come on.
That's not where it came from.
But still.
If you would like to sing it, I will leave you as the opening. Because guess what? She actually is a professional college graduate
in vocal performance.
You are my sunshine.
I'm gonna get you to sing something.
Oh no.
Perhaps not my sunshine for the opening of the podcast now.
Oh boy.
Don't expect it this time though, because this is gonna take more coffee.
Like a commercial jingle? Or are we going back to
This is gonna take some coffee,
some yarn. Just forget the coffee. You're gonna have to give me Irish coffee.
And we can get some striped suits and some top hats.
Oh yes. Lord.
Yes, I love where this is going. Anyway.
That is decaf coffee. I promise. They marked it. I don't know if they lied to me now. I'm sorry.
They may have. They
may have.
Anyway, that beautiful logo was made by Tiffany from Sweet Sparrow.
So cute.
Knits. Tiffany, I'm sorry. But I will link her information right down below here in the drop bar and in my show notes on Ravelry. I believe she's opening her shop this weekend, and she is doing project bags, which are embroidered and what's when you take fabric and you put it on there and then you stitch around it? Applique. Yes.
Applique?
Yes.
I got one.
Applique. Beautiful, super cool applique, and she's done some cross stitching, and she's
Ooh,
She
I've done
did
cross
for
stitching.
the Cherry Pearl girls, Mary and Robin, she made them each a bag. And she did Robin's whole fox from her Teeny Button logo. And she did cats playing with yarn, all cross-stitched.
Oh my gosh, I've done cross stitch. That
And
is
then
like
on fabric, and then cut that into other fabric and made bags out of it. She is a talented, talented woman. So let's keep an eye out for her stuff coming out.
I'm impressed by anybody that cross stitches.
Oh my goodness. Now I want to go cross-stitch.
My sister-in-law did like a cross stitch thing for Seth for like his baby blanket. I was like, it was right when I started cross stitch too. I was like,
Yeah.
but she can't crochet.
Haha!
She can't crochet. She
got
can't.
her.
She can
You
do
got it, you got it,
everything
you got it.
else. Everything else. She can't crochet. She's beautiful too. I hate people.
I have so many people I want to talk about. Okay.
This is not a gossip channel.
No,
Lynn.
I know, but there's some things that were gifts from
Okay,
people, so
all
I'm
right.
going to include them in that. Okay.
Okay.
So first, a little podcast love. There's a new podcast, which is actually a make-along podcast, so it's for all the crafts, and it's from Dogstar. It's called the Dogstar Makecast, and it is Jake, who's the dyer behind Dogstar Knits, and his wife Ray, who is also an amazing knitter, but she does paper crafts, and she's felting these little gnomes, and they're making all the things. And they have dogs, hence the Dogstar. But they are on episode 3. It is really fun to watch. They are really entertaining and make you smile when you watch them. So that's my podcast love for the week. Actually, no, I got one more. I have 2. And the second one is Knitty Little Things. And this is my good friend Wendelica. And she is out in Oregon or Washington. I believe it's Oregon. I mailed her a package. I should know this.
I'm hoping you mailed it to
Did
the
I mail
right
her
states.
Wait, I mailed something to somebody else who also lives out in Oregon. Oh my goodness! But anyway, Wendelica has started her podcast, and she is also a knitter, a designer. She's roasting her own coffee. She needs to live closer to us.
Where did
She made a homemade salsa with the green ones, tomatillos, and she sent me some, which I have not to share you
What?
because it's gone, with chips that are from Oregon and a little blue bird.
Oh.
Isn't that adorable? And she put a little ring on it so it sits.
What she did? Look at the little wings.
Yeah, she embroidered embroidered the wings on it. Got little tiny eyes.
Oh, so cute. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. So she's super fun to watch. She's also a mom. She has a lot of kids, and she is homeschooled.
all of that.
She's homeschooled her children through high school.
I gotta talk to her.
Yes.
How does she do all this stuff? I'm feeling insufficient.
She brews her and roasts her own coffee.
But I don't.
The caffeine keeps
How
this
do
woman
you-
going.
Probably, actually, she probably just eats the beans. She's not even like she's just straight. That's what she pops coffee beans all day.
Well, we had a summer knit along with the Slow Ass Knitters group over the summer, and we did summer tops, and she designed her own
Oh my lord.
top. And I think Jenny is knitting it now, which you don't know any of these people yet, but you'll be very shortly friends with all of these
Oh
people.
my gosh.
Yes. So she is designing, she's actually working on a design that we might be collaborating on, which I can't share yet because that's still in the works. Spoilers! And she also just released a knitted pumpkin, like just for little around the house pumpkins, which she just, I think, yesterday or the day before. So she is Knitty Little Things on Instagram, and
sounds
that is her
fascinating.
podcast. There's a lot of
That
fascinating,
is not.
amazing
That's not
people.
sarcasm. Where do you find these people?
YouTube. And usually from Lucky Jenny, because she has got her thumb on the pulse of the awesomeness in the
gosh.
crafty world. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, I think half of the people that I watch now were originally picks that Jenny announced and talked about and shared. So,
Huh.
that is awesome.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
Awesome.
Goodness.
So, okay, so I have 2 knit along, make along news coming up. October, the Slow Ass Knitters is going to start a charity. I'm going to say make along because it can be knitted or crocheted, but it has to be one or the other. And we're doing it for Breast Cancer Month, and we're going to be doing knitted knockers. And they also have a pattern for crochet knockers. And we will link all of the information for this because there's specific yarns that you can use. It is to make little knockers for women who have had mastectomies from cancer or mastectomies for other reasons. But they find that the knitted little implants, like just to put in your bra, are super comfortable, more so than
I did not know
than
that.
like machine made or other types of. They're lightweight. They form
That
to
makes
the
sense.
body and they stay cool. That's why they use specific yarns because they're breathable.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know on Craftsy, if you go on to craftsy.com and put in knitted knockers, there is the pattern and the yarn and the needles. It sends you a whole kit. Or a crochet hook. You can do the crochet pattern or the knitted pattern. So we are going to be hosting a charity knit along, crochet along, and that will be through the Slow Ass Knitters Club, which is on Ravelry, and that'll be for the whole month of October. And it is also all the information on how to find out more about it will be on the website, on our website, and I'll put the link down below here to our page. And this is just going to be a charity one. There won't be any prizes for this, but we will also be doing different charity things throughout the year. We want to keep a charity knit along going all the time. So October will start. Hopefully by the time this is posted, some information will already be tagged and out there down below to follow the links to the Slow Ass Knitters group, which will have all the links to the Knitted Knockers website. They have links to Knitted Knocker support groups at different yarn stores around all the different states. Like, this is a huge thing. And they will tell you where to send them. So it's kind of a fun, cool thing. And it's helping
I haven't
women
heard of
feel
that.
confident.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good idea. I'm not even like.
And I love
playing
that there's a
along
crochet
here.
pattern.
I seriously haven't heard of this.
Yeah, we'll have to get the kits for the crochet pattern, and they do them in different colors too. So there's like a light, very pale, and then there's like a medium tone pink, and then there's a darker coffee tone, so that women can feel really confident and comfortable, and you know, they kind of have something for everybody.
That's nice.
So yeah, so that's coming up, and then also Patty from Four Boys and an NL Girl, who is out of Newfoundland, Canada. Her and I are hosting a make-along. It starts right now, this very second. It is going, and it will go until November 15th. Patty will be hosting the chatter thread in her Ravelry group. I will be hosting the finished objects thread in my personal Sunshine and Bubblegum Ravelry group. Anything that you craft is welcome. I think if you're making socks, you have to make a pair. If your whips are welcome. If you're making like gift cards, maybe make a couple. Like, you know, it's not just, you know, kind of make it worth it. It's an honor system here. You can knit, you can crochet, you can sew, you can paper craft, you can embroider, you can felt. If it's something you can woodwork. You can enter it in to win prizes, which are not chosen yet, but there will be prizes
I
for.
really want someone to put something in with woodworking.
That would be fantastic. You know who's doing woodworking?
Who?
Jake from the Dog Star Knits. He is turning wizard wands. And which ones?
Really?
Yes!
Serious?
Totally forgot to mention that. Totally forgot. Jake, mine is a willow, quite bendy with dragon heartstring. Gonna throw that out there. I am a Gryffindor. Hufflepuff.
Which I have no issues with.
No. Hufflepuffs are good. Green
Not
thumbs.
a Slytherin.
No. Oh, shh. Ray's a Slytherin. Sorry, Ray. It's okay, because Ray, you are part of the American Slytherin line if you go to the Invermore on Pottermore. But that's a whole nother show for a whole nother thing. It's fine. It's fine.
To be fair, though, everyone.
My mom's a Slytherin. I don't know if she wanted to be outed like that just then, but
I mean, like,
there are
the
good
thing
people
is,
out
like,
there
you
that are
say
in
that,
Slytherin house.
But despite all of the whatever, I did just kind of like Draco.
Sure you did. It's really funny because your husband's tall and dark too.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
Anyway, sidebar. So more on the make long. If you have any questions, message me here, Ravelry.
Oh, I don't know. I probably actually.
You can get in touch with Patty, but all things are welcome. And if it has a fall theme, be it color, pattern, design, whatever you can impart fall into, you will get 2 entries in the finished objects thread. So that goes to November 15th. And it's a good thing that everything's going to be down below because that was a lot of rambling, which led into Harry Potter. But everything in the end ends up with Harry Potter. So.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I just read all 7.
What, like this morning?
No. No, over August into September.
Goodness.
Audiobooks. Way to go.
I need to try those.
Ooh, hello, everybody. That's my arm. I have a box of stuff.
Isn't it lovely?
I have a box of stuff. Let's get into some goodies. I had a shift there.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Let me move this because this is Etsy stuff to show at the end.
You're going to show that. Was that? No, that was.
No, that can stay.
That was a gift. Was it a gift?
That one I purchased.
Okay. That fits because we were just talking.
Yes.
There you go.
That's exactly.
Mm-hmm. They have no idea what's
No.
going on.
No. We had a pre-show conversation. Okay, so this is a box of things I have purchased, I've been swapped, I have been gifted, and some of it is birthday stuff. But I want to share with you because there's some beautiful makers in here, some awesome things, and I don't often have a lot of things to show that I purchased. So I'm gonna throw it all at you at once. And the first thing I got, which was a total impulse buy, and I do not regret it, was a bag from Awesome Granny, who is Awesome Granny on Instagram, and she is Bags by Awesome Granny on Etsy.
I don't regret it either. Because this is awesome.
Yes, this is awesome. Ravelry, Awesome Granny. Instagram, yeah, Bags by Awesome Granny. It is a Notions bag with guinea pigs, with pumpkins and spiders, and hats on. Oh my god, it's adorable.
Who are these people? I mean,
It's got a little...
I can't even...
holder on the side. You can put your stitch markers. It has orange polka dots on the inside. Why is the camera so far away?
It
all of
actually
a sudden?
says something. What is this?
Oh, it says
Live life. Live life.
live life.
Live life.
This is adorable.
Especially if you're a guinea pig with a witch hat.
And Awesome Granny is Diane, I believe.
Does it have her name on it?
No,
No.
I believe it's Diane.
There's a QR code.
Yes, this came adorably packaged. It's got a lining in it, so
I
it's
love
got
this.
some structure to it, and guinea pigs. Guinea pigs.
Look
How
at
could you
that.
not? Oh. There was no thought. She posted the fabric, and I went, yes, click.
Oh, this has got ghosts on them too.
Mm-hmm.
I totally
I've never seen this fabric before.
I was overwhelmed by the guinea pigs.
I know you
personally.
lose
You lose
some of
the
it.
little spiders, little Halloween trees.
Oh
Look
my
at their little
goodness.
feet.
Let's see. Some things are all over the place. Okay, let me show
Some
you.
things.
Okay, so my friend Sarah that we did a swap with, I made her a bag to do a double 2 at a time socks. It was kind of my first time doing it, but she's been enjoying it and doing her socks. She's traded me a bag by Molly Klein, which was the donuts, and I don't know who this beautiful marker is from, but it is a polymer clay donut with sprinkles. That came with
Cute. I totally missed
this
that.
beautiful wool, which is hand dyed in Michigan, the Woolen Homestead, and it is called On the Vine. It is a soft socked fingering weight, and it is a beautiful chocolatey brown. It's coming in a little purple. It's brown.
Purple. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah, it looks
brown.
purple on screen.
Yeah,
but it
it's
is purple.
mostly like that right there. I think
Yeah.
that gives it the purple look, but it's
It is-
it's very brown.
Yes, and it is a
It's like
tonal,
it's
but
chocolate.
very variegated tonal. I don't know. There's some really lights and darks. That's a little better. So that came with it, which it looks like chocolate. And she also sent me this beautiful mini, which is BB guns and black eyes.
There you go.
It's a Baby Hank by Dyed in the Wool, and it is another browns, chocolates, caramelly. There's a little pop of caramel
Look at that.
in there. So those are adorable. And I don't exactly know what they're going to be yet, but I do have a cheesecake on a stick that could also go with that because it's pink and cream and chocolate. So there's always always. Okay, and then these, I'm not going to take them all out, but she sent me some minis of some gorgeousness. These are, the green is Sassenach by Lolo Did It. The gray is Grocery Girls by Hugh Loco. The multicolor here is Dowager Countess by Lolo, and Hello Gorgeous is by Lolo, and the pink, which I do have one Lolo. I don't have any. This is my first, first Hugh Loco yarn. I do have a Lolo Did It. Kira got me Raspberry Beret, which has not found a home yet in anything.
Oh goodness.
Yes. So those
like, what are those, like truffles? What are those, like small
truffles. Yes.
It's like truffle yarn balls.
So Sarah, thank you so much. The
really
bag is
pretty.
already in use. The yarn has yet to become something else, but that was super fun, and she totally spoiled me because I sent her a bag and some tea, and I don't know, but I didn't send her all that goodness. Oh, Sarah. And then my friend Patty, who is an NL girl, 4 boys and an NL girl out of...
Perfect for the South.
Yes, and that's why she sent it out of Newfoundland. She sent me this book, which is Knitting in the Sun, and it is all really gorgeous, lightweight.
So it's just in time for fall when it gets warm.
Well, yeah.
When it gets warm, as opposed to, you know, blistering hot.
Beautiful shawls and lightweight sweaters and some bathing suits and a hat. And but even a lightweight sweater in the South is perfect
for winter.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you don't need. But I think the one that one on the front is like amazing. It's got hard to see on there, but it's got this twisted cable.
Oh, neat.
And then it branches out.
That's really cool.
And she sent me. Oh no, this is from Sarah.
Pretty.
Postcard from Iowa. Love it. Okay, I'm going back and forth here. Okay. Yes, that's a sweet one. That looks just like the summer top that I didn't finish. And Patty sent me this beautiful bookmark, and it's all mussels and some pins.
Oh, look at that.
This is
Prince
Edward Island, and Canada had their 150th birthday this year, and she sent me some lapel pins.
I like
and this gorgeousness.
Oh my goodness.
This is adorable. The colors in here are
that
amazing.
Is
and this is
so
by
cute.
this
Happy
is called
Cat.
a cat. Yeah, this is by Happy Cat, and it is a yarn tail, cat tail.
Look how cute.
Cattails. I don't know.
Cattail? Is that? I think that it says.
I don't know.
It's like this, so I would
color.
assume that's what
that
it's
might
called.
Be the color.
Cattails.
Yeah. Cattail. That is so pretty. All the blues and greens with like speckles of pinks and purple. Mm-hmm. So that was from Patty.
I haven't seen. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told you
goodness.
there's more in here.
She had some stuff in it. She was hiding it.
So that was a huge, that was a surprise. Like, did not know that was coming at all. Thank you, Patty. And Patty is on her way to Ireland right now, doing knitting retreat in Ireland. Yeah. She's going to bring me back like a rock. She's like, what do you want? I'm like, I want like a rock or stone. I want an Irish Barney stone.
I so badly want to go to Ireland.
That's not an Irish accent at all. Oh my God, that was horrible.
Is that what you were doing?
No, I don't know, but it just, whatever it was, that didn't come out right.
I did a horrible Irish accent for a play once.
I don't know. You can. I like your Irish singing.
Oh, I love Irish music.
Okay. Let's see. All right. The next is something I bought, but was originally part of a kit that I did with Kayleen.
Because was this one of the things that you gave as it's the same as
sort of. It's a sock blank. Which I will show you what this is. So this one
you need to tell me what that is because I've never actually.
This is from Kaleidoscope. Yep, it is knitting. It is knitted. I will open one up for you.
Oh, look at the little tape.
She's got unicorns on here and everything.
Rainbows.
This is part of a kit that I did with Kayleen. She is Littlebean Crochet, and she is up out of Massachusetts. And we did watermelon bags, and she did watermelon sock blanks.
That makes so much sense.
And Kira and I each got one because we were going to make watermelon shawls. I have a couple crescent shawls. The front runner is Dotted Rays by Stephen West right now, which
okay.
So I will open this one up. That one we'll give to Kira. So a sock blank.
Am I supposed to?
This is watermelon from Boston.
It's the same.
Watermelon. There you go. So she has a knitting machine. So she takes the yarn, and you can buy them already knit up. But she does these herself. So you hold that side, and then I don't know the style, a technique that gives you this watermarked look.
That is awesome.
But right?
Look at that. There's even some pink over here.
Yes.
It's got a little.
Yep. So I'm going to start it. It's going to be a crescent shape, and this will be the top inside. So as you get more and more stitches on your needles, you'll get into the green. So the rind will be the widest part, which will then give you a thinner. The pink will be fuller. So you actually unravel it from one end.
Really?
And knit right from the blank. You can wind it up. You can cake it up.
So
but see?
that. Oh, okay. All right. I'm learning so much.
This
here.
actually will come out more of a speckly.
This is so cool. It's like, what is it, marble? Or,
Yeah, I don't know I don't
like-
know how you get this look, but it does. It looks like marble, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a marble look. That's like just really cool.
Yes. So one is mine and one is for Kira.
Yeah,
So we will put that back in there. But that is, oh, she's got a new card too. That is Kayleen. Look at her. She's got her yarn up there. I think that is, is that Lav or is that, that might be Luna. She has a yarn called Luna.
Ooh, that's very pretty.
But it's Littlebean Loves is her yarn, and Kayleen Viva. Littlebean Crochet on Instagram. All the goodness. And one of my besties that I didn't meet until I moved away from Massachusetts. But yeah, the trick is you can't get them back in. Nope. Okay. All right. Next, I will start with one because it leads into where the bag went. Okay, so I did another collaboration with some beautiful ladies. It was Jen from the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company and Lindsay, who is, oh my goodness, it's in my head. She does charms. Oh my God, Lindsay, your card's not in here.
Oh no. Is it the person you told me about, or is that a different one?
No, it's something different. Lindsay, I'm drawing a big fat blank.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure.
No.
No.
No. Anyway, Jen's, this was a yarn. It was a Weasley Wizard Weezing kit, and I made a bag which has a gold W on it, which was in the box. So this is Weezing Wizards on the Glam base.
Cool.
And it is very lightly speckled on a gold stellina. You see the gold sparkle in there?
Yeah. He's gonna comment on that.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So this would be what you'd fade into something else. Like it's got like
So
you can pick any of the colors in here.
This?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all, the people did y'all ever look at this and just go, I am so good. I'm amazing. Like, because this is fantastic.
I'd assume they must.
It's not like, seriously, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, how? Like,
right? Because then
like,
this is a whole different technique from the blanks.
like I'm looking at everything. I'm just like,
And it's all done in water. Right? Like, I don't know. Go on Instagram. No.
right now.
Oh, I gotta get on my phone. Why can't I remember?
I could probably. Do you follow him on your Instagram?
Yep.
I could probably find it from because.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Lindsay's charm. I will tell you exactly who Lindsay is on Instagram in 3 seconds.
There you are.
This is the snack box. There is a gummy slug. There is a nosebleed nougat. There are extendable ears. There are puking pastils, and I forget what the last one is. But it is adorable, and it's got gold leaf on it, and it is so cute. So this was a whole kit. And my bag that I had, I actually did a birthday swap with Robin of Teeny Button Studio.
Do you know what?
It starts with an S.
Starts with an S.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see if I just.
The worst person ever.
S. Yeah, it's just gonna pull up S. You follow a lot of people. Would they have like liked anything that you posted recently?
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, that's Jen. Sorry, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Need to give a... Can't think of the... my goodness. As soon as I see it, I'm going to be like, that was it. Simply Serving HK. Simply Serving. Lindsay. She does all kinds of amazing charms. Lindsay, I'm so sorry.
My favorite part of this is what popped up on the...
My socks! My socks that aren't the same size! Anyway, Lindsay did this amazing charm, and it is Simply Serving HK on Instagram and Etsy, and she has a whole bunch of fall and Halloween charms out right now, and she is making tons of Harry Potter things. And you know how I know what chivies are? She's got them. She's got all the little clay characters of Harry and Hermione and Ron. And yes.
Oh, okay.
And she's got the Luna with the spectacles on.
I love Luna.
No, I love Lindsay's stuff, and I can't believe I had that big of a blank. So sorry. And this came with a whole bunch of Birdie Bots beans in there. Mm-hmm. I ate those. Anyway, those are gone. Oh my gosh! So the yarn and the charm, and they look great together. And then the bag, which also looked great together, I traded with Robin for a birthday because we're both August birthdays.
This is beautiful.
And this is Robin's Pontchartrain Beach, which is a New Orleans reference. It is the lake that cuts New Orleans and Mandeville.
See, same thing.
Yeah.
Just look at this and go, I'm amazing.
I feel like it would, this would be like constant affirmation for me if I could do this.
And you can see, like, look, there's two different, this is more of a variegated, this is a speckled. You have so much to learn.
I'm like...
I will take you on this journey. I learned it all, though, too, because, like, I started this podcast, like, a year and a half ago, and I actually did it because I found Robin. I Googled hand-dyed yarn in New Orleans, and Robin
I remember
popped up.
you telling me about that.
And that was my rabbit hole.
I remember that.
That was my rabbit hole.
I was there for that rabbit hole. I didn't go down it.
No, you didn't. This was my birthday swap with Robin.
So pretty.
So, but...
I love this.
The kit for these lovely ladies was for another knit along, which is going on, I believe, also till November. And it is the Harry Potter Yarnaholics knit along. Jenny from the Lucky Jenny Knits and Lacey from the Knitted Cupcake. I have a lot of information in my head.
You do.
Oh my goodness.
Where is this coming
Are
from?
hosting the finished object in Chatter Threads. And I am donating one of the original Harry Potter bags that came with this kit. Will be a prize to win. And you can knit anything Harry Potter themed yarn, Harry Potter themed pattern, Harry Potter themed garment. You have, I think, September, October. I think you have another month to knit. I don't know what.
Someone actually knits like a full-out Harry Potter. I'll be impressed.
Oh my goodness. There are people who can knit a pair of socks in a month. And
Well,
these people
you know
are amazing.
what?
Amazing.
You know what?
It's amazing people out there.
I am insufficient.
You can't go down there. Okay. Then I have two more things. One is a birthday gift from my sister. This is another charm maker who is the Gnome Knitter, and this is Joanna. And this little tater is a stitch marker with the loop. And I've had this on my favorites forever. It is a loaded baked potato with the melted butter. Oh my goodness. And I've had these for like a couple months too. I knew if I put them on a project, I'd never find them again to show. And a sushi roll that looks like real live, actual slice of sushi. Oh my goodness. Joanna, these are awesome. Awesome. And I remembered, your card's right with the box. So I didn't have to. Anyway. I feel horrible right now.
It's okay.
I need some coffee.
It's decaf.
Anyway, I love all of my knitty friends and all of my crafty people that I've met. And the last thing, I'm not going to share one, is from my sister for my birthday. And she got me a Mrs. Brown's bag.
I love that.
And the thing you need to know about this is from Jody of the Grocery Girls Knits, and she knits these swatches and photographs them and has them printed onto fabric. So these are real Indie Dyer's yarn
Good.
that she's like
Wow.
advertising. Yes, and I don't know. It didn't come saying whose yarn this was, but it's more of a duck cloth. It's not quite canvas, and it's one of her drawstring ones, and it is sturdy.
Yeah, that looks hefty.
Super cool. And it's like a gray and purple. I don't know whose yarn that is. Yeah,
it's
right
very,
there
like-
you can see all the speckles.
Yeah.
Like look at it's like one of those like
Some
off
dark
camera.
pinks in there.
You don't quite catch all the speckles, and then so I have my very own Mrs. Brown's bag.
Orange in there, too.
And she got me a mini. They went on the yarn crawl, and they were in Marblehead, and that's where Kayleen lives. And the yarn shop in there carries Kayleen's yarn. So she got me a peachy one to go with my Mrs. Weasley skein that I have from Kayleen already. It matches perfectly. And Kira and Virginia is my little niece, made me these little stitch markers. They're made out of shrinky dinks, and Kira and Virginia, my little niece, colored them, and Kira cut them out into different shapes for me. And those are like so sweet. I mean, I get Virginia's.
There's a watermelon. There's
Look, it's a sun.
It's a sun, yeah. She drew the sun and then Virginia painted over it. There's a watermelon, a heart, a sun, and then one of Virginia's abstracts cut into the shape of a heart. And it was funny because she sent it and I said, "Is that the Lemonade Shop neon yellow that you got?" And she's like, "Yes, it is." Because the dorkness, the things that I have stuck in my head are out of control.
I recognize those.
I'll show you one more thing that she made.
Oh wait, I remember you told me. I think you told me about that actually.
Except for it's stuck. Shrimp socks. I showed these on Instagram. How flipping cool are these? Michael saw them and he said, they're foxtails. And I was like, they're shrimps.
Shrimp.
They're shrimps. But my sister also made this out of polymer.
That.
Freaking adorable. It's the Sorting Hat, and he's so grouchy. Oh my goodness. He's so funny. He looks like a chocolate turd. Like a Hershey Kiss with like a mad face. I love it. I love it. That's all the stuff. Oh my goodness, I had so much stuff to share. I've been saving it for so long. Okay, I'm going to do the reach thing again. The box is now empty. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me go over and see. Was there anything else?
We're gonna do.
Yes. Okay. I do have. Yeah, I know I have that left to do. That was a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I'm sure I forgot something. I always do. I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. Because there's lots of nice people and nice things and beautiful things, and so much amazingness has happened over the past few months that I wanted to make sure I mentioned everybody. So that's it. That is the podcast content for today, like the nitty crafty stuff. I do have some bags and some charms that I wanted to show you that are in the Etsy shop and available right now if anybody would love to get anything.
I thought you were gonna say nitty gritty.
No, now I want to say it. Now down to the nitty gritty.
It was like she's getting nuts with
God, I'm
these.
like hot over
knitting.
here. Should have turned that fan on and not just the light. Oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you all so much. Let us know what you thought. A little bit of a huge, actually not a little bit, it was a huge change to have someone to chat with and talk shop and to dig the rabbit hole for you of this is where you're going to be next year.
Oh boy.
Talking about speckles versus variegated
Oh my
and
gosh,
different dye
there's so
techniques.
much.
And I
I'm
wonder
gonna
how they
need-
did that.
Is there like a vocabulary sheet I should be memorizing?
I'll get it for you.
Okay, good. Is
Don't
that
worry.
like in some sort of
worry.
kit? Do they have that on Etsy? Is there,
Vocab-
is
that-
there a vocabulary sheet?
Well, you could do that.
For knitting?
A knitting vocabulary sheet.
There you go.
Yes. I'll get on that.
You could do that, print it out, put it on a bag.
Your bag. Oh my goodness. Here, open those up. Okay, so a few things that are in the shop. I have foxes in the apple orchard, which are beautiful, cute little foxes with buckets of apples and pumpkins and leaves and foxes. Wow, that yellow is blowing out. It's got a pumpkin on the inside, and this is the sock size, which fits very easily. One skein plus a project, but you can fit 2 skeins in here. So this is great for hats, mittens, socks, a small, maybe single skein shawl, absolutely. 2 skein maybe, might get a little full, but and they're great for stuffing in your purse. That's what I do with mine. Like this one right here has my socks and the cake and my needles in it, and it's literally half the size like of the bag, so you can fit so much more stuff in here. So much more stuff.
Okay, so is it skein or skein?
I think it's like potato.
Okay, because I was about to say, if I've been mispronouncing this for like a year and a half.
Did I say skein?
You said skein. I say skein.
I don't know. What about pecan?
I say pecan.
Okay. Up north they say pecan, and I learned that real quick when you move down south.
Okay,
It's
I have
pecan.
heard pecan pie. I don't say it like that.
Yeah. It's pecan pie. You want to know how I learned how to say it the right
So you
way?
say-
Eric's dad said, a pecan is something you piss in.
Well, there you go. What do you,
Words to live by.
what do y'all think, guys? Is it skein or is it skein?
Skeen or skein?
Have I just been mispronouncing it wrong for a year and you just haven't told? Have you been laughing at me inside your head?
Nope. I have so many
I
other things
really-
to laugh at you for that was not even on my radar.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, no. I think it is like potato, tomato.
Maybe. Should we put a poll?
We put a poll.
Someone put a poll.
How do you say it? Skeen or skein?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll never know how I really said it
No.
because I'm confused. Oh my goodness. But we have more foxes.
Look how cute.
Little fox charms. These are ceramic.
Nose.
And they have the lobster claw. Boop. And now it's backwards.
Dun,
Little
dun,
guy.
dun.
So he's up in the shop. There's a few of those little guys. I have fat, fluffy cats in the pumpkin patch. Oh my goodness.
Are they fat or are they
pumpkin.
scared? You
I don't.
decide.
Well, yeah, they're fluffy puffies, and they got bats on the inside. Got a few of those left. Oh my goodness, those are adorable. Those are like, I saw that fabric and I was like, yes. I have Friends of Fox. There are two. There's Fox and his
cute.
friends, and these are Friends of Fox because it's similar. It's the same pattern line but different fabric.
Look at
so
those
it's
polka
all the
dots.
little critters, polka dots on top. This one's got an orange inside. These I have two of these, and each of the insides both have orange, but it's a little different pattern. But again, the foxes and the hedgehog. The hedgehog. Oh my goodness, bunnies and bears. Oh my. And then the last bag, I have a few of these left. These were part of the kit that I did with Robin. It was a Harry Potter kit, and it was potions class. So here are the potion bottles that went with the kit. So I have a few of these. They're just the bags. The kits have sold out. So you have Graveyard Dust and Witch's Brew, and there are Owl Hoots. I think that's my favorite because you need some owl hoots sometimes.
I imagine this is probably
That's
like
gonna-
the actual seasonings they use on
Swear.
Bourbon Street in the restaurant.
Yes, real owl hoots.
Mm-hmm.
New
Yeah.
Orleans hoots. Oh my goodness. I think that is everything. We did it in one take. Even though I thought there for a second I was going to have to shut it down and go find Lindsay's information.
Oh.
That was getting embarrassing.
You were going to say shut it down and throw you out.
I had to shut you and redo the
The
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
Oh. You stayed. You made it.
I did.
Yeah.
I got it through all of it.
You want to come back?
Sure, if they want me.
You have to make
If
something
you want
else.
me. Oh, darn. I have to start something else.
Yep.
Well, that's good. I have a lot of yarn.
Good.
If you could, I didn't tell you. So I had a pack of the. Wait, I can show you this. So I was walking around because I was like, I'm gonna bring all of the yarn I have that I use. So this was the black yarn that I was using for the
Sparkle one. Yeah.
star blanket. And I was like, okay. So I opened it because I realized that it actually had the. Cause my kids love running around with these things.
The
The,
ball
like
tags.
the tag. I don't know why. And so I was opening it, and my middle child comes up and he starts following me around. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then my youngest is I have 3 boys, all under the age of 6. My youngest is following me around, and I realize they think that I'm opening a bag of candy. And I'm like, guys, this is yarn. And like my middle child, who understands what yarn is like, oh, you can't eat yarn. No. If we could eat yarn, my family
I think
would.
it was like
my,
licorice.
my family would never go hungry. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever given them like candy that's black. My youngest was like undeterred. He was
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
no,
I'll try
I
it."
want it. It's like,
I'll try anything
no,
once.
it's not edible.
You're gonna have trouble with him in college.
Oh gosh. He sounds like he should have.
He doesn't eat a lot of dirt though, so that's good.
This is true. He doesn't.
Yeah. Not that the other ones do. Like,
No,
none of
but
our boys
it's
eat dirt.
no, no. At least not.
I don't know where
It's
this-
not that I'm
he
aware
doesn't
of.
eat dirt,
He
so
doesn't
he's
eat
fine.
dirt. He's fine.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Okay, I think it's time to stop.
Okay. So
If
do
you
you
saw
have-
the chocolate line, it would
that's
look
true.
like
That I
chocolate.
might have a problem with.
Yeah.
Things. So how do you sign off of these things?
I have to go over there and press the button.
You don't have like a signature sign off?
I think it's gonna be put a little sunshine in your day. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for coming and staying. I hope you made it this far. This may be the longest podcast I've ever had.
Yeah, I
but
realized.
had
I was
tons
looking
of
at the
stuff.
time and I was like, wow, that timer's
Almost an
getting up
hour
there.
and a
Like,
half. I know, we had so much to share.
mm-hmm.
And I'll try and be more clear on some of the knit-alongs next time with more details. But we're really going to go this time, for reals.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right.
Because we can finish this conversation
Yeah,
later.
it's like, bye.
Bye!